Generic greetings and welcome to Preview Plus Endless Legend. This is a turn-based 4X strategy game by Amplitude, the same people that brought you Endless Space and Dungeon of the Endless, two games I would highly recommend, by the way. I'm not really too sure what's going on in this background scene here. It's some sort of nice fantasy setting with, I don't know, some guy firing lightning at this woman who apparently, she's probably not impressed. I don't think well, her stance sort of indicates that she might be in a little bit of distress. I'm not really too sure what's going on there, but it's, you know, it looks quite nice. We've got like sort of stairwell and look like a portal of some kind. Maybe that's her soul getting ripped out there. I don't really know. Or maybe it's some sort of diet or something. He does look quite chunky. She's not really got a lot on her, so who knows? Who knows? Can't be any worse than Atkins. Anyway, let's go to new game, and I'm going to show you a little bit of it. Now, I have to point out it is in early access, so the typical disclaimers apply. Everything you see is subject to change. Nothing is final. Any bugs are like a polish in places, etc., etc. Please attribute it to its in-dev status. So, anytime you see this barber pole of black and yellow, basically means it ain't finished. So we can't click on them, we can't do anything like that. So we can see that we've only got early access difficulty, only early access game speed, etc. Going to stick with 4 empires. I'm going to go with the Volters faction. There are 4 in at the moment: Volters, Wild Walkers, Broken Lords, the Necrophages, and Random. Well, random's obviously one of these 4, you understand, but you get the idea. There are 8 or so planned, I believe. I think there might be a couple more. Basically, if you go on the early access page or on their website, I'll have links in the description as always. It shows you what's currently in the game and what is planned, so that's quite good of them. Anyway, so we're just going to stick with all default for all of these pretty much, and we'll press start. We'll press go. So, we've got a nice little battle scene here. That lightning guy again, he has a bit of a fetish for lightning, I think. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe he's just, you know, charged for whatever reason. Although he's standing on top there, a lot of his armies running around, attacking what looks like to be an elf. I don't know, I'm going to go with elf. The armor looks elfish, but yeah, these guys here, I think these are one of the factions where, there's one of the factions when you read it basically says that basically their armor is a shell and inside there's no body, it's just sort of the thoughts and incorporeal form of them, which is really interesting. I mean, it's totally nicked from the 40,000 army of Zinch, but you know, we'll just gloss over that. There's a couple of them actually. You look at it and go, have I seen that before? I mean, it's not obviously not copy and such, but it's very, very characterful, some of these, and I do like the fact that when you do read them, they all read differently, and they all tend to play a little bit differently. I haven't played all of them. I've only played the Volters and the Necrophages, and they're really weird. They're sort of probably, to use the, you know, some sort of terms you might understand, Warhammer 40,000 Tyranids, cross between Zerg, cross between some sort of beetle type race, but that's roughly what they are. Anyway, we are now in game. I will have a quick rundown of what you see and the UI. So in front of us we have our map, as you can probably clearly see. It looks very, very nice, but I'll get onto the details and specifics later on. This is our main army. That's actually the sort of representation of a hero that I have. If I click on it, you can see on the bottom left we have picture of the hero, we have all of the options that I can do, and all of what's in the actual army. So it's called the First Stone Legion, that's the army, 180 health overall, can move 4 squares, distance, or can see distance of 3, okay, because they have a sort of sight radius. We also have actions as well, which currently we can found a new city. That's because we have a settler, which is in that army as well. What I'm going to do is split these off and move them around to expand. There's lots of different things to look at, but we'll come to that later. Top left, we have the main sort of UI. We have how much dust I have. Dust is the currency of the game. So we have 50 of that. We're getting -7 per turn because it is turn-based. No research yet selected, so it's telling us that there. We also have, however, influence as well, which you're getting 0, and we're not getting it. Well, we got 0, we're getting 0, so that's fine. Let's go to our Empire Management screen. It shows you things like, I'm not going to go down exactly what it shows because it is quite a deep game, and this is only your first impression after all. So it shows you the Volters faction and shows you what we have here. So certain things that are unlocked automatically, certain certain science and research and that sort of thing, certain units that we have, etc. Shows our approval, which is 0 because we haven't got a city basically. We're still sort of nomading around. Shows what we've got now, stockpile, which is nothing. Shows your resources, nothing. Empire plan doesn't open until 20. I'll get onto that. No simulated factions yet, and we have our Empire bonus, which is based on this at the moment. Let's just go to the next tab, which is our city list screen. Guess what? We haven't got any cities. Let's go to the next one. We now have our research screen. Now, it works in eras. So this is the first era. That's the second, then third, then fourth, then fifth and sixth just aren't in. Obviously, this will probably change heavily throughout development, but we shall see. We have different sort of areas. So we have military, we have economic and population, we have empire and expansion, and we have science and industry. Very, very similar to Endless Space. So I'll be using them references a lot because obviously this is the same developer and it does draw a fair amount from it. Anything in blue is what we've already got researched. Anything in green is what we can research. Anything in yellow is what we are going to research. I'm going to start researching seed storage. Every single one of these you can mouse over. It'll tell you roughly what it does, such as the effects, how much it costs to build, and how much science it will take to actually unlock it. On the bottom it shows you pretty much what you've got per turn, how long it's going to take, etc. That'll take an infinite amount because we're not generating any because we haven't got any city yet. Next tab is our quests. We currently got none. Next one is our military screen. It shows you all of the armies. Currently we have our First Stone Legion, which you can see, I mentioned that earlier. It shows you what's in it. On the top right we have unit design. So we have our Marines, so we can see there they are there. Not bad at all. They've got a crossbow and a shield. We can actually alter them. We can click and drag and move different pieces of equipment around. We can edit them like such, and we can say put them armor on them like that. So you can design your own units in this one, which is quite good. I really like it. And one thing I must confess though, it'll probably have not the same problem isn't the right word, but it'll have the same restrictions as Endless Space, in the sense that the view of the look of the units is based on the faction sort of option that you pick. So if you create your own faction, obviously that's not in at the moment, but that'll be based on, the look will be based on whichever one you pick. But the actual equipment and stuff you can select. You can see on the top right it shows you the statistics, so initiative and such, and attacks and all that. It'll change. So this, as you can see, defense goes up when I put that on, but initiative goes down. Initiative is very important actually because it's sort of the order you attack in. Let's just cancel any changes. We don't want to save any of that. It also shows you we can delete units and create new ones and such like that. But anyway, we won't bother doing that. We got our academy screen at the bottom, shows you our heroes and what one we can, well, which basically ones we can buy. Currently we haven't got access to marketplace, so we can't do that. If they get damaged, they'll go here. We can inspect the heroes. As you can see, they're very similar to that screen we've just seen about moving the armory things around and equipping them and such. We also have a skill tree, which we'll get to that later when we actually level up. And finally, we have our diplomacy screen, which is something I haven't really dabbled in a lot. But basically, these guys at the back, we know they exist in the world, we just never met them. Basically, the closer to you, the better. So that outer track there is war. Cold War, then that'll be peace, and this will be allied, yeah. So basically, they'll start moving up and down based on what your allegiance is with them. Options menu there as well. Bottom right, we have our turn counter. We've got a button to select like idle units and such, and it shows you the turns for the, well, it shows you how long until we get winter. Now that's something that's actually quite important in this game, but we'll get to that later on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move people around and explore this map. We can zoom right out, by the way, and get like a nice sort of, well, like a map, I guess, like an overview of the entire thing, which is quite nice. I really do like that. Very, like I say, Endless Space had something similar, but it's quite good to see they're doing it in this sort of world. Anyway, let's have a little roam around. So you can see there's already different things around. We can see things like them sort of trees there, bushes there. We've got different things like this here. That's a life tree, I believe. Yeah, life tree. So in bottom left you can see it's a life tree. It's an anomaly. Shows you what you get from it and all the bonuses and such. That's quite good. It's quite good to have a city around there. We've got this thing here, which is a stasis pillar, which gives us industry, and it will give us other things as well, happiness, well, approval, science, and things like that. This is a ruin, Arugia ruin, actually, because that's the planet we're on. Arugia, is that how you say it? Ariga, something like that. And then we have whatever this is, a geothermal pit. Oh, lovely. I think I'm going to settle the city around either the tree or around them things there, because they give approval, and approval is very important. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to split these off. So I'm going to click on that marine. I'm going to tell him to go over there. Why can't we reach that area? Can we go over there? There we go. So we're going to move around. Now I'm moving through these things. We found a minor faction. Now there are major, I don't know whether you call them major or minor faction, but minor factions are basically an extension of what you would generally term as the bandits or pirates. So in other games you would have just a generic bandit, which you just don't really care about. He's just an annoyance. He's just a bit of a dick and you don't want him around, and it's a bit of a pain to deal with. However, in this they have minor factions, so they have a little bit of flavor text and they do different things. So we can see they have a unit model, which they have like, so that's like a sort of, it's like a sort of spidery type anti-thing. Ooh, weird. We also have effects on Empire. What that is if you assimilate them, which we'll get to later, you'll get that bonus. So we'll dismiss that event anyway. So that's where they are there. So we're just going to keep moving these along. They've got one more movement point. Actually, have they? No, they have. I don't think they have at all, no. One thing I would like, we have a move cost. Oh yeah, it does show move cost. Oh, that's okay. I was going to say it doesn't show you move cost. Like if I mouse over just this bit here, obviously it's all hex based. If I mouse over that woods there, yeah, it tells me. It's telling me there. It's just a little bit ropey sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't seem to show you on the bottom left what the move cost is and such, and the output is. Yeah, but for some reason it's showing you now. Alpha game is alpha. Right, let's move people further down. So for some reason they can't move there. I'm going to split them off and keep moving. Looks like there's another one of them, and there's a world tree over there as well. We've also got water there. Now water's quite good. So what am I going to do? I'm going to explore this thing. Let me do that again once more. I'll explain what I'm doing. This is like a ruin. Now ruins you can sort of go in and actually see what's there, so you can explore it. We can see that it actually goes through a river. It actually says dirt field and river, so that's, you can see there's like a little river going along there. Look, lovely. Anyway, we're going to right click on it and we're going to get options. So depending on what you're targeting and moving into, you'll get different options. So you'll generally have an option to search ruins, or if you're attacking an army, you'll have an option to either attack it or maybe parley or maybe just sort of bribe it. Anyway, we're going to search them. So we're going to go up and we searched it. So we have got a quest from it. So we've got a bit of flavor text here, and now basically awaken the creature with a shard of axe, yeah, something or other to defeat it and get the treasure. So search the ruins reveals the revealed by the rays of dust with a strong affinity hero. What? Okay, we'll accept that. Anyway, we have a quest basically, and the quest have different progressions, but these are really good, these actually. I don't know how many are going to be put in, but I really hope there's a lot of them. We can actually tack it to the top right if we want to, like so. And shows you what we need to do. So currently we have a progress. You can see there's two things we'll need to do. The first bit, like this is the start bit, and the second bit, it can go further down. Shows you the summary and what's going to happen. So search the ruins. So we need to go to that location. We'll click that, and that's where the ruins are. So part of this quest is to search the ruins over there. Is there a time period in this? There is not a time period in this by the look of it. There's no time that we have to do it. So I need to search it with a strong affinity hero, level 4 minimum. So I need to be level 4 to do that. So I'm pretty much going to ignore that for now. There's no real point. Let me just keep moving along and keep exploring and see what's around. I don't think... it looks like I found another minor faction, the Jotus, which is sort of two-headed, well, animally sort of werewolfy type guys. They actually remind me of a... This is a very obscure reference that nobody will get, but there's a war game, used to be, I don't even know if it exists anymore, but a war game called Confrontation. It reminds me of some of the models that were in that. Anyway, let's not move any further. When I right click and you can see it's in yellow, it basically means I don't have any of the movement points remaining. You can see it's 0, 4, so that'll be done next turn. But what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to found my city around here, so I'm going to bring them back there like so. I think that will do us nicely. Right, so we'll end the turn. That's it. That's pretty much turn 1. So we'll end the turn and we'll keep going. You'll notice that there's this area around here, this white area. That is our region. So if I zoom out, you can see that this is a region, okay? You can only ever have one city in a region. So when I found the city, you can only have one there. And there's various reasons for that, but what it means is you don't... One of the things I really dislike is you tend to get in a lot of other games, just like Civilization is just terrible for it. You'll just generally get like cities that are clumped next to each other constantly, like city, 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 whereas this goes for more of a I don't know, actually I do know the term, but I'm not going to mention what it reminds me of next, because I think a lot of people have already sort of thought of it, but we'll get on that later. But it goes for a more like open approach. So if I have a city here, this region is controlled by that city. That's sort of how it works. In fact, I'm just going to say it now. It reminds me of Game of Thrones, and I'll be saying that actually a lot because this game does remind me a lot of that, and I don't know whether that's intentional or not, and I'm not the only person that is saying this. I know, I think there's a couple of people, when I show my friends this, they went, oh, that looks like the Game of Thrones intro. Like, the graphics look like the Game of Thrones intro, the way everything's stepped, And the way we have these, the way it's like, look, you've got depth of field. You can see it's focused on here as depth of field. We've got depth of field going on, and you can see it's all blurry up the top, which actually is very good. And this is one of the few games that I actually think depth of field works. I normally despise depth of field in any game because it's just horrible. I hate it. But it works in this, it really does. But yes, it reminds me of the intro from Game of Thrones. Anyway, let us keep moving on. I'm going to keep exploring here. We see we've got different regions. I'm going to found this city, I think, so I'm going to click the settler. I'm going to start thinking about where we're going to position our city. Now, as you can see, if I position it there, it's going to be a bit of a waste because we're not going to get everybody in it because it won't go over to this other region. So I think maybe there would be good and there would be better, though. There would be better because we get over the world tree. Now, the problem is, world tree, it's not a world tree. World tree is from Endless Space. We go over the life tree. The problem is that I'm trying to add up, see how much we're getting. So we're getting 2, 3, 6 food from there. Then we're getting 3, 6, 9, 12. Alright, science, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're getting not much food, but we're getting a bit of science and a bit of industry. And we're getting no dust whatsoever. I don't think you actually get dust in most locations anyway. I think dust is something that you generate from the city pretty much. Oh no, you can get dust over there. Probably get 7 if it's over there near the mountains. I know you get a certain amount of food when you're over there like that. Like when you're near water and such. So we're not going to get much dust if we're over there, but we do have that tree, so I think it's the best place to go. What I would like, and I don't know whether I'm just missing something, but obviously I had to count up what I'm getting there. I wish it would just tell me a summary below all this, sort of here-ish, like there, just where, like there-ish sort of thing. A summary of exactly how much I would get if I placed that city there. I don't know if it's anywhere around. I can't see it, but anyway, we're putting our city there. Clicky, clicky, and there we go. We now have a city. Let me just have a quick look. So you can see we've got like a nice pasteurized land all the way around it. We've got this. What's that? That's like this is our main city. You can see it's very it's sort of sci-fi-ish, and I think the reason for that is Volters are actually a faction in Endless Space, and I think it's when you actually read their sort of history, it says that apparently they come from like an underground metal city, that sort of thing. So it's got a fairly rich it's got a fairly rich story going with it if you want to follow that sort of thing, and it definitely falls on the tradition of Endless Space because it is set in the same universe. Anyway, there's our city there. We can click on it like so, and we get a bit of a summary on the top. We can see the name of the city and such. Can we rename it? We might be able to rename it, I don't know. We've got our city there, we've got our approval, which is 70%, we've got our population, which is currently 1. We also, how many turns it's going to take to get more people. We also have our overall sort of minuses for based on what we've got in the city. So at the moment, our upgrades are, well, none, but we're still getting -10. Is that right? City improvements you have built cost your empire upkeep of -10. So I think it's just the city in general gives a -10. We can open this city improvement window, so it shows you what we have. We have a palace and we have the city hall. That's because it's my first city. We also have the FIDS, or it's actually not FIDS, it's FIDSy. FIDSy, because FIDS sounds like a disease. Oh, I heard he's got FIDS. Yes, oh, FIDS is horrible. FIDSy, it's like, oh, look, there's look, FIDSy the bear. That's what it is, FIDSy the bear. Actually, is it FIDSy? FIDSy, yeah, it's FIDSy. Anyway, that's food, industry, dust, hang on. Food, industry, dust, science, influence. Food, industry, science, dust, influence. Guys, you've got that the wrong way around. That should be there, that should be there. Anyway, food, I'll roughly run down them. It's the same as Endless Space if you've played that, and very similar to Dungeon of the Endless as well. Food is basically for growing your population. Alright, industry is you use that to make things, science is used for research, dust is used for buying things, and influence is used for influencing certain things such as diplomacy, as well as your empire plan here, but we'll get to that when we get to level 20. That opens up at level 20. So yeah, that there. Obviously, it's a lot more expansive than what I've just made it out to be, but this is the first impressions after all. There's no point in bombarding you with information. And honestly, I don't rightly know everything about it because it is quite a deep game. Anyway, bottom left we have our upgrades, so I'm just going to put I think a public library in the queue. It's going to cost 10 turns, and we can't buy it out. It would require 160 dust, which we're only getting 1 per turn, so nah, it's going to take quite a while. We also have no hero assigned, and we have nothing in the garrison. I wish I wish that was up like that by default. I don't understand why it's like that. I don't understand why it's like that default. I've got a 23-inch monitor, for Christ's sake. Let me just have it there's like that, thank you. I mean, when I unclick, it disappears. When I click on it, why doesn't it? Why doesn't it? Oh, it is open back up. All right, I'll let you off. I'll let you off. I can just set it by myself. Fine. You can also filter it at the bottom as well by different things. So that is displays constructible city improvements. That one is regional expansions, which is what? What's salting the earth? Raise the city. Why would I want to do that? No, thank you very much. Let's not bother with that. Anyway, let's put something in the queue. We could build a Founders Memorial, which gives us pluses on a lot of things, and you can only do that once, so I'm just going to build that, actually. It's going to take 8 turns to do that. Fine, right, so we will close that. Oh, sorry, no, there's one thing I need to do. I need to set my... what's this? The manual city construction. I want to do I want food? I could set it to do food, basically, and what that'll do is automatically build things for the food. So it'll build everything to do with food. If I set it to science, it'll start building automatically things to do with you know, industry or science or dust or whatever I put it onto. We can also assign a hero to it, and obviously they have an automated way of managing things, but that's currently not in the game, as you can see. Barber pulled. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on that hero, and I'm going to move her over to probably down here. Actually, we'll explore that. We'll search the ruins. See what's in the ruins. 40 dust was in the ruins. Look at that. Worth the effort. That's what we found. Look at that. Ooh, that's very nice. That's very nice indeed. We'll close that and we'll just keep explorating. What I need to do is get my army back together, because currently it's all sort of split up, and that's not good. We need to get the army back together. Where do I have any more units? Let's have a quick look. We have 3 armies, and currently it's just... yeah, it's just them. It's just a couple of people, so we'll have to be careful. Let's end the turn anyway. We'll go to turn 5, and I'll have a sip of beverage. Today's beverage is green tea. Okay, so research complete. Seed storage. So that's fantastic. We're going to dismiss that. And we have a new quest. Wide lands, wide eyes. So this is a... what is that? That is a quest. It is objective within your empire regions. Pacify at least 1 village of a minor faction and then assimilate them. And I'll get 20 emeralds from that. No problem at all. So there's our 2 quests there. I'm going to make sure that that is sat on the top right, which it is. Can we put another one on? No, we can only do 1 at a time. And that's our like progress, which is currently nothing. Basically, we have to kill, or we have to pacify one of these cities here in our region, which currently I don't think there is one, or if there is, oh no, that's in our region there. So we have to pacify that, then we have to take it over and then assimilate them into the region, which is what we will probably do after I've sorted things out. Anyway, we'll close that, and we will close that. It looks like our hero's leveled up, actually, so before I do that, I'm just going to select some research. I'm going to research probably... I think Mill Foundry, because that gives me 6 industry and 30% industry on the city. So we'll close that. Right, we will auto-move all the units that have orders to do so. There we go. And they're going to run towards me. That's nice. And we'll just wait here like so. If I will tell you to go there, you to go there, you to go there. Job done. Right. So, click on her. Click on the hero, and we will go to the skill tree, because I've leveled up. You can see I've got a certain number of skill points. So I can spend the skill points on this tree. So we have 3 different trees. This one here, Agile Mover, that's far-sighted. Spare Quiver. This one, we have things like Indiana Bones, which gives me improvement to searching on ruins. No idle hands, fast heal, etc. Then this one is... Alchemical Genius? Alchemical or Melical? Melical. It's alchemy, basically. Escape Artist, which isn't in the game, so I'm not going to bother with that. Subterranean Networker. That sounds pretty good. I'm going to go for Agile Mover to give us some more movement points. Then I'm going to go for Farsighted because it gives us extra vision range. You can see that certain number of these can actually have more than 1 point in. So the Agile Mover can have 2. So it says level 1 and level 2 there. That one only has level 1. Anyway, we'll apply that and we'll close that down. Right. I also think I will take this opportunity to actually swap out her sort of crossbow thing. You can see crossbow, iron, good. So it's a 1 on the crossbow, good for agility, forged from iron. And it shows you its effects and the bonus it gives us, which is Night Slayer, which I have no idea what it does. It doesn't tell me. Anyway, I'm going to equip her with this bow instead because it will increase her initiative. As you can see, the initiative goes up. I'll put the other one back. See, the initiative goes up and also increases... Ooh, wrong button. Will also increase her critical... as well, and her attack by a considerable amount. Costs 6 to do it. That's fine with me, no problem at all. We will apply that, and our initiative's gone up, which hopefully means she'll attack first. Anyway, end the turn, and we'll see what happens. I really like the look of the land. Like I say, it really does remind me of the sort of Game of Thrones intro, and I don't know whether that's intentional or not, but I really do like the look of it. Now, one of the reasons for it is when you see things like Civilization and I've been featured other games such as Warlock 2 and Age of Wonders 3. Not so much Age of Wonders 3, but Warlock 2 and Civilization especially suffer from this. You get like a disjointed land where you will get different like mountains and that sort of thing, but because it's been because they've tried to make it like it's naturally carved and naturally naturally done. When it goes wrong, and when the terrain generation pretty much breaks, it really looks garbage. You look at it and go, ugh, that doesn't look right, when a mountain just goes way out the middle of nowhere, or where a mountain's just in the middle of nowhere for no reason at all. It looks unnatural, but because they're trying to incorporate it into a natural land, it just looks really disjointed. Whereas this, because they haven't went for that, because as you can see, the different land is stepped, it's stylized in such a way that it's supposed to look like sort of toy boxy. I think it sort of looks like, but as you can see, we've got stepped land because it's stylized. It works. They get away with it. I think it's just a lot better looking, and I think it's a very good looking game. Let's scroll right out. We can see the different lands. Again, this is very Game of Thronesy. Look, we've got that land, different lands here. So we've got the north, the King's Landing, all that sort of stuff. I'm expecting to see. I reckon we'll see mods at some point. Anyway, let me just move them into there, and we'll gather that up, and we'll move them into. We'll move her into there, gather that up, and then we'll order them to go over here to attack them. So anyway, we'll end the turn. But yes, that's. I'm trying to stop the Game of Thrones reference anyway. Research complete. Mill Foundry as well. And one thing that isn't really... I was really hoping the nail is the music, because the music in Endless Space is fantastic, and it is quite good in this as well. Although not as... I don't think it's as unique. But anyway, let me just select probably Dust Dredger. We can only do that on rivers, though. Do we have any rivers around here? We do have a river going through there, so it is important you look where you're planting your planting things on, because... So, some of these things you can only plant on certain areas. Anyway, we'll research Dust Dredger. How long until we've got this Founders Memorial? 5 more turns, and then I'm going to research a seed storage. And we can see we have people. Can I move these around? Yes, I can move them around. I've got my population here, workers and such, and the population will go up or down. And I can, move these around by clicking, well, not actually by clicking that one, but by moving them around here, these workers, so I can say, no, you focus on doing the industry and that sort of thing. If we put them on industry, it's actually better because we'll get that finished faster. Right, so let us, well, we can either attack these guys or attack that thing. Now, let's probably not do it here. Let's go around, and there is a reason for that, and I'll get to that in a moment. But we'll end the turn there, and then I'm going to go around and then attack, okay? So it's computing turn. Looks like they've attacked me. Looks like they've actually come to attack me, okay? So we have, again, very similar to Endless Space, we have our army. So this is our army on the left hand side, that's theirs on the right. We have our hero, which is level 2, shows the experience and whatnot and the health of them, and it has our units in the bottom, so just 3 units of marines. Has theirs on the right there, just 1 unit of Tetiki or somethings. We also have this bar here, which ranges from a really good, or well, from really crap really bad. So we are the attacker, I guess. I don't know how we're the attacker currently. Probably the defender, because we weren't going to attack them anyway. Well, not this turn. It looks like we're going to win this. You can see that bar. It gives us a bit of a range. Yeah, I think our power is more than them. I mean, look at all the units we have and such. Anyway, I can automatically do it if I want to. I can also just select the global strategy, which I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure what this does, if I'm completely honest with you. But that's mainly because I do it manually. So, but as there's no real tutorial in the game yet, or there isn't a tutorial in the game yet, I honestly don't know exactly what this does. We're going to manual it. So, what happened in other, well, let's have a see what happens. You can see that the land drops down, and we get this sort of open grid on the same land. So we can see that we've got this white space around us here, which shows us our combat zone. And this is the opponent there. This is us back here. So this is our army facing off in the same world. Now, if I give the comparison to Endless Space, obviously what would happen is you would go into the area, and then you would go into a different fighting zone. It would basically load into like a sort of a cinematic type view where you would fight and you would pick your battle strategy cards, etc, etc. Things like Age of Wonders 3 does something similar to this, but it's disjointed. So you'll be fighting over one area, you'll then move on to whatever area you're fighting over. So if you're in a mine, it will take you to like a mine type map, a third person type map, and then you would sort of build it around there. This one is a bit of a mix. You're fighting on the same area, obviously the same world map, but the features matter. So as you can see, these are forests. We can still got the symbols there, but it actually is quite important where you attack, because things like Civilization and Warlock 2, etc. It's numbers v numbers, and if I'm there and I attack there, numbers will basically be calculated. They'll go, there's some numbers here, there's some numbers there, calculate, see who wins, right? That's basically what it boils down to. I know that's a very, very boiled down summary, but a very brief summary, you understand, and quite shallow, I must admit, but still, that's really what it is. However, in this, we can see that the land will take, it gives you a huge advantage or disadvantage based on where you are. So attacking from this side, I was trying to go around this side. You remember I mentioned, I want to attack later. The plan was to go around this side here and attack from up here, because then I can put all my guys on these higher hills as they're coming down the bottom. So the world, this actual world map, you really have to think about where you're moving your forces, because it matters when you go into combat. Anyway, let us move some people around. What I'm going to try and do is just shift them over here. This is actually our deployment, so this is all just stuff getting moved in deployment. This is not actually the fighting. That's my deployment there, I think. I could put them up there. Actually, no, where they were was probably the best place for them, I think. Yeah, I think so. Because they're up high and we've got longer range shooting. Right. I think we will leave it there. I will probably, hang on, yeah, I think I'll ready that up. There we go. And now we have targeting. As you can see, they are now targeted against here, these people here. And I can change it. So, say for example, I want them to attack there. Oh, that's where they're going to move. They're going to move there. I don't want them to move there. I want them to attack there. Okay. What's that going down? That's minus, minus, minus. I don't know why that's going down. We've got little like downvote Reddit symbols. I don't know why that is. But anyway, that's going down. I've just realised what strategy is for. Currently it's on attack strategy, which means these will probably move forward to attack. If I put it on defensive strategy, they won't move forward. So if I press launch, it's going to take basically a couple of turns of this automatically, like, you know, executing. So I've just got these on attack, these guys here. Now all of mine are armed with ranged weapons, so this is not going to go well for them. Let's just click launch, and I shouldn't move. I'm talking rubbish. I have no idea what this strategy does. I think actually I only set that one to a different strategy, so yeah, that's why I said global strategy at the first one, didn't it? I've just figured out what the strategy is, I think. Anyway, we are starting to fire. There we go. These guys are going to move and just attack them here. Closing in now. And fire away. 17 damage, and you can see they're going down. And plonk. And we win. I think that was pretty much it. We're going to go around and we're going to gather up where we first had the fight, and we'll get our summary. There we go. So we beat them. We got some experience. We won. Dismiss. There you go. That's the fighting, which I do like that. Like I say, it's very important where you attack from. I mean, I know in games like Civilization and such, if you are on higher ground and you attack, you will get bonus for doing that. I think this it just shows you a little bit better. It's just more, there's just a better feel about it than just saying, oh, look, there's the numbers and crunching that way. Anyway, let us charge into that city and we're going to attack it, because I want to have a bit of a fight and show you that again. So let's put our defensive strategy to hold position, see if that works, and we'll manually do the combat. So again, we're going to retreat back to these sort of lines here. So they're back there, I'm back here. Not too sure about if we're attacking over there, why we then run away. These then run away over there, and they run away over there. But, it's fine. I think it's stylized, isn't it, in that sort of sense. And I think it works, so I'm not going to argue at all. Anyway, they do actually have the better ground. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to put people in forests like so. I really don't want to get too close. And actually, it might be better if I sit at the back. If I sit at the back, it might be better because I can get them sort of trapped in a way. Let me do that and then that, I think. Don't want to be down there because that is lower. Yeah, in fact, that's lower there as well. We'll put them further forward. I think that should suffice. There we go. And we will ready it up. And we will target everybody we can. Now, does it mean these are going to move? I have no idea. Let's launch. And we are going to fire with my main person. And she's got a higher initiative than most of them, 21. So anyway, they're going to move forward like that. You can see they're attacking that bit in red. And now they're attacking me in red, like that. That red basically means that that's what they've been targeted. That's what's targeted. I'm actually going to kill my hero, I think, Nope. I have higher initiative than them, so I'm taking them out. Yeah, the global strategy, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what it does. I think it just affects all of the units until you actually initiate an order yourself. And it's sort of semi-automated. Like I say, there isn't any tutorial system, so most of this is from me playing and experiencing it, whether it be me learning it right or not. There is if you get this on Steam, there is well, obviously it is on Steam, but if you go onto the Steam Workshop, I believe there is actually a sort of text summary about someone's put on there about how to play it and such, and just sort of tutorial until it's introduced. And obviously there's several other videos I'm sure you can watch. Right, so here we go. That looks like it's all gone now, which is good. Well, arguably good. What's that over there? That's luxury resource of spices. Ooh, spice. The spice must flow. Anyway, let me move the army further there, and we'll see what we can do. So, we now have an option to assimilate this minor faction. Let me just go to my empire screen, and we can see we've got an empty slot here. We can assimilate the Jonas, so we'll be able to make these, and we also get 0.5 vision on unit and 0.5 vision per pacified village on unit. So we get that bonus as an entire faction bonus. So it sort of encourages you to go out, expand, and actually bring these into your empire. Now, it doesn't mean destroy. You can bribe them out and that sort of thing. You don't have to attack them like I did. I just don't have an option to do anything else at the moment. Anyway, I don't have the influence for that, so I'm just going to end the turn. What I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to expand out and see what we can find. That's that research done. And our town population has grown to 2. There we go. So let us put... I think, yeah, we'll keep one person in growing food. I don't think that's out of order. We need to get more people, so we'll put it there. Yeah, I think that will do us nicely. Anyway, we've got one more turn until the Founders Memorial, and then we'll go for seed storage. So we'll get you to explore that. We'll search the runes. Again, we're going to keep exploring in the land. Nothing of interest at the ruins. Oh well. Anyway, as you can see, we're exploring the map. This is all obviously greyed out and such until we explore it. And whoa, we found a new minor faction, the Delvers, and they are, looks like dwarves basically. I mean, they're not dwarfs. I'm sure that if the developers watching this are going, no, they're not dwarfs. They're much different, and there's lots of other nuances to them. I'm just going, yeah, dwarfs, yay. No, but they do have lots of. They do want dust, which is the money of the game. So, I'll leave that up to you to decide. Anyway, we're gonna go Can we attack them? We can attack them, but I don't really want to attack them. I want to come back to my city because it is undefended after all. We need to set some more research as well, so let us sort that out. Let us research probably... that would be Alchemist's Furnace. That sounds pretty good. Gives us some resources. And only if we were on a titanium or glass steel. We're currently not over any of that, so I think we'll go for a stronghold architecture. Stronghold architecture, yeah, we'll do that. You can see that I've currently only got 5 of these research, so I've got these lines around here. Basically it says we have 5 out of the 10 needed. So then the turn, and this will be turn 10. 10 only, wow. It's because obviously I'm trying to explain it and such to yourself. Looks like they're now attacking me. I'm going to go on offense, and I'm going to go to auto, and I've defeated them. I didn't want to do it manually. There we go. We've defeated them. Fine. I'm just going to run up here then and explore. I'm trying to find out... I'm trying to find a player, not a player, well, like an AI opponent. Looks like we've got that completed now over here, so we should have... So, yeah, now we're working on seed storage. If I put them to there, how long is that going to take? 8 turns, but we're getting more food. And... yeah, it's probably best to do it like that, isn't it? Now we'll leave it like that. Balanced. Okay, cool. End the turn. We've got... winter is coming. Winter is definitely coming, so we're going to have to watch out for that. Let me explore that. We'll search these runes. But you are encouraged to search around through these like little runes and areas, as well as encounter different peoples and such in like minor factions. There's another minor faction there. What's that? That looks really nice. That is moss pearls. Oh, they look very pretty, don't they? Nice. Anyway, we will end the turn. Basically just keep turning it over now. I don't think anyone else will be attacking around here. What's that? That is... oh, we now have researched the stronghold architecture. So what I'm going to do... oh, looks like we've got a bit of a fight. I will just auto that and we should defeat them. Yeah, no problem at all. Dismiss that. Right. Let's research advanced filigree. Oh, we can make trinkets and such. Let's research the rookery, which will allow us to get heroes in the... do any of that? It unlocks heroes for the heroes section of the marketplace. I don't really care for that. I think I could go for advanced alloys, but I'd rather just wait for the level 2 ones because I'm not really attacking at this early stage. Let's go for center of season rivers. Yeah, that one will work. You can see it's better if you have it on a river. Sea or lakes, not rivers. But we do get +3 science per person on the city, so we're going to get that. We're going to research that, and we'll also research probably... oh no, let's research sewer system first, because as we all know from history, if you don't have a sewer system, then not only does your city stink of shit, it also gives you things like dysentery and cholera and just bad things. Just accept the fact that you probably want some sort of sewerage system. Anyway, what's this? Critical. Your hero's in a critical state. Yeah, it's because we've been attacking for a while. Let's just research this Farsight, which gives us +1 vision on the army. We'll apply to that, and you can see we're now looking a bit further there, and we'll close all that. So I want to explore that area. We'll search it out, and we found 40 dust. Wow, not bad at all. What out there? Is that something we can find? No, it's a gold deposit, but it's nothing of importance, really. I want to go around here, because I don't want to go through them. I don't want to attack them. They're alright, them. I want to actually explore over there because I don't know where my borders really end. It could go all the way around there for all I know. Anyway, we'll end that and we'll just send them to our city, end the turn. Once it gets to turn 20, then we get the one of these other options open up, but we'll get to that later. I'm just going to auto move some stuff and keep ending the turn. There we go, end the turn. Winter is getting closer. And it is cold. Basically, the entire thing, it sort of shuts down in a sense. You'll get, you know, your crops won't grow as much. You won't get as much of anything really. Armies will slow down, and it is a big effect. And I don't know whether they're planning on adding the rest of the seasons in, but I really hope not because I think it would be a bit cluttered. Anyway, let's keep moving down. That's the edge of my area there. That's the edge of my influence. My region. More research completed. And construction completed. So I can set this if I want to. You just set to build everything to do with industry. So it'll now automatically do the mill foundry, as you can see. We'll set it to nothing, which for some reason closes that. Mill foundry, excellent. So we're going to start doing that. We've actually got enough to buy that out, I think. And we'll also get the dust dredger, and we'll deal with that. Right, just to get things sped up a little bit. We'll auto move. And we'll explore that. We'll search the thing. Found nothing of importance. We're going to keep exploring. Oh, a new minor faction, the Haunts. They look quite good. They're also flying. And they also give, as a faction bonus, plus 5% science on the city. Which is important because obviously that gives you more research. So, not bad at all. What's that? Haunts Village? What's that one there? That's a Delver's Village. Let's just keep roaming around. So almost on our max, on our turn 20 now. Looks like we need some more things put in the queue here. We're researching Dust Dredger. We also have Borough Streets as well, which is an expansion, which gives us -1 food on the district, but +1 for pretty much everything else. Oh, it actually gives us plus science, dust, and happiness as well. That's a good thing, surely. I think we want our sewer system first, though. You can also see what we're getting. So we're getting science from that, and we're getting industry from that. I just wish it would give you, before you place it, a summary there. This here, this shows you, the village. We can actually rebuild that village. Yes, we can. We can rebuild it because obviously it's in our region and such. Yeah. Anyway, what else can we do, if anything? Don't think there's anything we can really build around here. It would be nice to exploit that titanium deposit, but I don't have the technology. So what if I research that? I'm already researching that bit, which is going to take... it's 39% complete. Let me abort it, actually, because I want to research that alchemist's furnace there, and then that. There we go. That first, no. That first, and then that. There we go, that's good. Right, we will end the turn. And keep explorating. We need to get to that there as one of our sort of quests, but yeah. We've still got this here. Pacify. Within your empire's region, pacify at least one village of a minor faction, then assimilate them. Have I not assimilated them yet? No, I haven't assimilated them yet because I don't have enough. I don't have enough influence. Well, let's keep ending the turn here. I forgot to move these guys. That's okay though. Now we're gonna move up there. Keep explorating. What's that? What's that? What's that? That is, ooh, emeralds deposit. Ooh, they look very nice. I really like, I do like looking at stuff like every time we find something new. Ooh, what's that? What's that? It's like a kid in a sweet shop, really is. Anyway, let's bring these back because our city is open. This is our borders, basically. You can see if we scroll out. That's the region that I control, and they're all different regions. And well, so that's fine. What I need to do, however, is find out where the opponents are. And I don't just mean the minor factions, I mean the actual factions, the proper ones like the AI and such. Anyway, we now have this to deal with, the Empire plan. So I'll just cancel that, so I'll show you where you get to it. You get it from the Empire screen, and this will allow you to influence your empire in sort of broad strokes. So we can say influence it in the area of military, like that, and it'll say, you know, minus 25% unit cost reduction on the city, okay? Or we can say, there you go, science and industry, 20% science on city, and obviously we get different eras as well. So, well, we've got up to 4 eras. There's obviously 6 planned as far as I can see, and we will build up. We can do different things, so obviously more points we put into that, the better. It doesn't mean you can't do this, you just need the influence, which I do not have. And I'm very tempted just to leave it, because I want enough to assimilate that faction to complete that quest. So we'll leave that. We only need 2 more turns in order to do it, and then we can worry about the other thing. Although, I must confess, it probably would be best to deal with it now. In fact, I don't think it's allowing me, is it wanting me to do it? I want to cancel it. I don't want to bother with it. Nah, it's forcing me to do it, is it? Yeah. So, do I want science and industry? Do I want building reduction? Do I want economics? Or do I want science? Let's have a quick look. What we're generating overall. It's got our empire screen or our city screen. We're generating a fair amount of industry, fair amount of science, fair amount of dust, and it's mainly that because we've got a lot of people on it. We've got a lot of people assigned to it, as you can see. Let's put people in food like that and really get that done. Get more people in here. I think we'll work on. I think we will probably go for. Military, no. I think science. Apply. There we go. Job done. We also have this here. Select your affinity strategic resource. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what it does. I'm going to select titanium anyway. Actually, is it titanium? What do we have over there? That is titanium deposit. I'm going to select it and see what happens. Yeah, I do. There we go. That's my affinity. Allows you to activate specific faction abilities. Ah, fair enough. I haven't really encountered it, I'll be honest. Right, end the turn. Let's see what happens. Let's move some stuff. Move it around. We need to build... Well, once I've done my research, put that over there. Oh, look, we've got no influence in it, so I can't nick the other faction that's just sitting there that I've not sort of knocked down. Anyway, zoom back in and end the turn. Just keep ending the turn, really. Looks like we've got no more building to do here. That's complete, and we've just finished that research there. We'll cancel that, cancel all of them. Right, can we put, yes we can, let's put a titanium extractor there to start extracting titanium. And the turn, and keep going. And obviously it's all sort of stylized in the way, you know, it looks for your faction and such. And winter's here. Winter has started, the dark times, making life and movement more difficult. So minus 50% movement basically for everybody, -1 food, -1 on terrain, -1 dust on terrain, minus vision, minus expansion, minus everything basically. When winter comes along, you pretty much stop dead and go, damn it, oh well. Looks like there's an army there, so let's have a bit of an attack, shall we? So we will manual it, I think. Let's just manual the fight. And they're going to back up. And honestly, I think if we just come into these woods, we should be able to take care of business fairly fast. I think that should do. We're going to ready up and we're going to launch the attack. So they have a higher initiative. No, they don't. I have a higher initiative than them. So there's my arrow going into them. And there's the other arrows going in from my guys there. And it's a win. And we'll zip back down. There we go. That's that taken care of business. Dismiss that. And we will keep explorating over this way. Obviously, it's going to take a bit of time to move because it's winter. But as you can see, it all frosts up and such. Now I'm still trying to find what's that? Oh, we've finished our titanium extractor. What else can we make? It would be nice is if we have another marine. Let's build some more marines. In fact, do we want to buy them out? No, not for that price. We don't. I think perhaps 2 units of marines. I think before we do anything else, just to protect our city. Because I am moving these further and further away, and it's something that I never. It's a blind spot for me. It really is a blind spot. I just tend to explore things and really just stop defending stuff, which is really terrible. In every game I do it. Endless Space I do it. Any 4X game I just tend to forget about, you know, oh yeah, I do need to defend, don't I? Ah, well. But, yeah, let's see what we can find over here. Our population has grown, I know. Good. Let's search that area there, and we have found 40 dust. Good. Now let's get on top of here, and we'll have a bit of a look around. Looks like we've got some land or some sea there. Anyway, we have our population growing. Where do I want to put these population? I could say go there, or go into dust production, or actually influence. We want to spread our influence a bit more, so we're going to do that. We want to get more influence. Actually, we don't need +7. I think science. There we go. Split them. Just sort of split them around. End the turn, and we will. Oh, we've done some more research. Put some more in the queue, and I think we will put in, that's a Dawn Officer, Raven, Advanced Allies, not going to bother with that. Language Squire. Let's get that because that unlocks the Army Action, Parley and Bribe. So instead of having to burn everything down, we can just have a little sort of natter. Anyway, you get up there. And what can you see with your eyes? Nothing much. Okay, let's just come down here. We'll explorate explorate around here, then we'll head back. End the turn, but at least we've got someone defending this place now. And as you can see, our summer is here. That's not good. Look at that thing. Ugh, it's a thing. Let's attack it. And we will manual it. They're going to run over there. All the way around back there, actually. And I'm just going to literally stand on this hill. I think that should do it. Right, cool. Ready. And I think hold position, hold position, hold position, and hold position. Hang on. I can't select my hero on there. I can't select the other unit in there either. There we go. Hold position, right. Launch the attack of hold position. There's my battle resolution. It's not going to take long. And they're going to have to come towards me. So, you see their attack is over there. It's just going to keep doing the resolution. You have a couple of turns. And we've only really had one turn of combat before because we kicked their ass. So, again, we can now retarget them if we wish. I'm just going to launch again. And just hold position. They have to come to me. There's only one of them. I don't know what else they can do. Right. Looks like we'll be attacking now because they're in range. Hit them there, and again these are going to hold position when they need to. Now they're going to come out of the forest, but they are quite slow still, and now it's going to be basically the pain train. Right, there's no brakes on this pain train. Let us get this going, and we will launch the attack. So they're all going to turn around and fire. These are not going to last long. In fact, that was only my hero. Only my hero shot there, and we're done. When it zoomed out like that, when you get that battle view, I was originally a bit skeptical, and I actually would go as far as to say I didn't like it. But it has grown on me, and it does keep doing so. It really does keep growing on me. I think I'm just going to get to about turn 30. Actually, we're on turn 29 now. Looks like these guys are coming towards me. Let me just make sure I have created an army. There we go. I've got an army in there now. Just see if I can attack these guys, and I won't manual it, I'll just auto it here. Auto. I've destroyed them. Fantastic. Right. What I'm going to do, go to the Empire screen, I'm going to click on the Simulator Manufacturing, and we're going to simulate these guys. So I'll get 0.5 vision on unit. We'll assimilate them into my area, so they're now here. What I probably need to do as well is order, after that Marine, probably Public Library would be quite good. I should probably have done that before. In fact, we'll buy it out so we get that done in a turn. And then I think probably rebuild that as well. There we go. And we'll end the turn. But we will have assimilated that faction. There we go. So we've assimilated. I get 20 emeralds. Excellent. So we now have another quest. Quest 2. Discovery mission. Must learn more about the past and finding the untainted runes. So we're sort of this is like a faction quest. So each faction has their own quests and such, and you get them basically. You know, it sort of tells you a story as it go on and that sort of thing. And I actually quite like it. I mean, I haven't read all that. I'm skipping it because I don't really want to spoil it for yourself. But anyway, let me just get that. Oh, that is actually almost built. Let me create that new army there. I want to actually join them armies up. There we go, and we'll bring our old army down there. Maybe I still haven't found another faction, like another computer faction, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I've just gone to age 2 now. Research complete, and we have now reached era 2, a new research era. So iron tier 2 weapons and armors are available. This is as soon as you reach that era, so we're now at Era 2 Age of Glory. So we've hit that era, and we get an overall bonus. So the effects are tier 2 iron weapons are there. Newly trained units will be now veterans level 2. Watchtowers and foundations revealed. As you can see, that's where these things popped up. Empire plan level 2 is now available, so I can go on my research and now start doing things in the level 2 research area. So I can say Watchtower, let's research Watchtower, and we can put it on there. And that's why it revealed them, which is good. And obviously there's up to like tier 6, actually only tier 4 in the game at the moment, you understand, but it does go up to tier 6. Right, we will just make sure that we are explorating. I really want to find another computer faction, and I don't think I'm going to find one. There's another. You move over there. Move over there. I really don't think I'm going to find one. Especially not in the time I have allotted myself for this video, because we're getting quite long already. And I've shown you most of what the game has to offer in the short term. I think you probably should have got a rough idea of what the game is like. So this is another region. There we go. We got another region. That would be quite good. Let me search that. Runes, 80 dust, not bad. In the turn, we finally found another player faction, so we're going to go around to there. What's that? You found new minor faction. Ugh. It's like a dragony worm things. We'll dismiss that. And we will keep going in here. Is that them there? No, that's a Yotis village that they have burnt down. So they've done a very similar thing to me. Keep ending the turn. I know I've got no research up above now. It's fine. I'm just going ahead to do this stuff because I want to explore. Oh, look at that. They're roaming around towards me. There's my village. It is rebuilt now. They're very nice. So I should be able to make them things now. Yes, I can. Let me build stronghold first, actually. There we go. Actually, we'll buy that out, whatever. Job done. Right. And we'll keep exploring here to see if I can find... There we go. Major Empire encountered, AI1. The Volters again. Ah, so there's 2 Volters factions on here. I will have a quick look at our diplomacy screen, so we will open it up. That's not the diplomacy screen. That's not the diplomacy screen, it's the shaky hands. So there they go. They are as standard Cold War. Okay, so we're not at war. We can have a inspect of them or a little chat, so we can see that we have influence. So influence is what you use to basically talk to people. So instead of like in Endless Space, it was just basically an overall trading slide, and now it's you have to use influence to do different things. So you have to have influence to declare war. You can thank them. You can give them warnings. You can also give them technology and research and that sort of thing. Only if you have the research done, though. So again, like a bit like Endless Space, you can't just say, here's all my technology, if you haven't got the ability to talk to them. So you need to do that sort of research. There's treaties as well. One thing that doesn't seem to be in the game, and I must confess I haven't really done many negotiations really past maybe just declaring war and such, is espionage. It seems to be missing from every game I've played recently. I really would like more espionage stuff to be in games. So having spies and being able to know what the see what they're doing, or being able to influence negotiations with spies, and just espionage. I want espionage. Put it in the game. I don't know if it's planned, but if it's not, if it is, excellent. If it's not, put it in the game. Can I attack their main city? I can attack it or siege it. So attack the target. It'll be if the target is a minor faction, it will be pacified, but will not bring other bonuses until rebuilt. The siege reduces the defenses and population of the enemy city, so I can just attack it. In order to attack, you have to make a declaration of war. Are you sure? Yeah, we'll declare war. Whatever, and we'll make an offer. There we go. So we're at war now. Right, attack them. Get in there. Attack. There we go. They have some defenders. I'm just going to auto it, and I did manage to kill them. Excellent. So I'm just gonna that's my new city now. Have I just destroyed the entire faction? That would be a bit crazy. Let me research a quarry or a canal system. Fish farm, plow factory. What? Yeah, it's a plow factory. Promotions, medals, conscription center, alloys. Ooh, deep generator. That sounds awesome. It's getting made. Right, and we'll end the turn. And I want to move into my new city. My brand new city that I've nicked. Yep, moved into my new city. Awesome. That is crazy. I didn't expect to just charge in and nick it, honestly. I really must confess I didn't expect me being able to do that. Wow. But look, there's my 2 regions, not connected up at all. But they're my regions nonetheless. Anyway, I think you've seen, pretty much what I would like to show you anyway. Obviously, there's a lot more things in the game than what I can show you in one sort of short video, or shortish video. I know it's actually not that short anymore, but and I don't think anyone's listening to this anymore because it's I've rambled on a little bit and we've got quite far. But anyway, if you are, then yeah. There is a fair amount more to show you, but as first impressions go, I think this video should suffice. I really like it. I really think this is I honestly think this is fantastic. My only reservation is that it's just not finished. I mean, there's certain things that I think there's enough gameplay here for you to enjoy. If you bought into it now, I don't think you would be disappointed. I think there's enough gameplay for, you know, to keep you entertained. Certain things are missing, like difficulty levels and that sort of thing. Multiplayer isn't in yet. Obviously, there's only half the factions and such. It's like all early access games, completely up to you whether you trust the developer to deliver on what they are promising. If you go onto either their website or onto the Steam Early Access page, links are in the description, you can see what they are planning to do. There's no such thing as a safe bet, but it's, you know, it's quite sound, I think, because obviously they've done Endless Space, which is very, very good. They've also got Dungeon of the Endless, which is another early access game. So they've currently got 2 games in early access, which is a bit weird. But anyway, they're completely different genres, I guess. But yes, it really is. I really can never. I'll never. I don't think it's right to ever say this is, you know, something you should go and buy now, because at the end of the day, that's up to you. And also, it's an early access, so I could never say that in any early access game. I would never say that. But yeah, I think it's fairly safe to say that you would probably enjoy this. Right now, if you got it, and hopefully it will be expanded in the future, and I'm really looking forward to see what they add. But at the moment, definitely playable, definitely enjoyable. There's a fair amount to see here. It's also beautiful in many areas, and yeah, just fun. Just a fun game. We'll have to see how it progresses, won't we? Again, links are in the description. There's 2 versions available, standard version and the Founders Pack. There's not much difference between them other than you get a couple more factions in the Founders Pack, a couple of other extras, and I believe some sort of discount codes and things like that for the other games that they make, so Endless Space, Endless Legend, etc. But again, you can have a look at that in detail using the link in the description. So, there you go. Comments in the comments, as always. I would like to know what you think about this, because I think it's quite good. Thank you very much for watching, take care, and generic partings.